Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a new episode of Real Business Roundtable. Today, we're going to give a public service announcement. It is July.
Yep.
It is the month of laziness. It's the month of laying on your back, sitting
Enjoying
on
the
your
sun,
sitting on your butt cheeks,
sipping a drink.
It's okay to answer your phone during this time. It's okay to work to some extent. 4th of July is over. Get off the beach.
Bruh.
Oh, wait. No, not right now.
Answer your fucking phone. We have business to do. Get off the lawn chair. Get off the lawn chair. Get off the beach. It's time to work. It's time to communicate. It's time to do business. This is your warning. Answer your phone. Shout out to Jocko Go. We have blue raspberry.
Real bad man.
Are you okay? We're having a moment of pain over here. Are you? Huh? Oh, I thought you were groaning. I realized in the last couple episodes we barely used the soundboard, so I think we're going to overuse it this episode. Just a warning. Yeah.
Today's episode is
Keeping customers' attention. Sorry, keep going. Sorry, you go. I just thought of it.
keeping customers' attention.
Thank you. Now, if you look at certain companies, just off the top of my head, I'm thinking, Arc Raiders. I know there's not a lot of people who know this product, this company, but it's a perfect example of what we're talking about as a business. We can talk about, I don't know, anything. If you look at a business, if you look at like Gillette razors, right? If you look at like just any product business, they're always coming out with versions, right?
Yeah.
If you look at skincare, they're always coming out with something new. There's always that new thing, a version of this, a new technology, a new thing, a new whatever. The reason why is because if you're a company and you're not coming out with new things consistently, you're not. Oh, did I do something weird?
No, I have no idea. He was behind the camera going titty.
And I use things, and if you're a company and you come out with that one thing and that one thing's a hit, you make a couple million, you're like, yeah, make 20 million, boom, done, awesome. Clothing brands, right? Another good example. You make a bunch of money. If you don't come out with anything new that holds the attention of the customers that you've attained, you will not retain. You won't keep these guys. That's what'll happen. The company it'll go down. You won't make any more sales. People may, buy reusable stuff, right? If it's disposable, they'll buy new ones. But then when that new thing comes out from the other company that's keeping up with their customers, they're going to be the ones that get all the sales. They're going to gobble up all that market share, and you're going to be left with nil. That's the importance of keeping up with customers, keeping customers' attention, always coming out with new products, no matter what it is.
Yeah, so you want to do this because, especially if it's a consumer product, people get bored. Think about when you were a little kid.
Have you ever had a dream that you...
If I had the same G.I. Joe 24/7 as a little kid, if I had the same G.I. Joe all the time, I would get bored. We all get bored as humans, okay? So if you put your mind in the same basket as yourself as a consumer, you know what? You're gonna get bored. Mm-hmm. So if I had the same two G.I. Joes with no accessories, nothing else, no additional G.I. Joes, no Destro, no Zartan, no Duke. Where's Duke? Where's Shipwreck? Where's Shipwreck? I want Shipwreck. I want Bazooka. I want the Bazooka G.I. Joe with the fucking football jersey.
Give it to him. He's gonna freak out.
Look it up. It was my favorite G.I. Joe due to the mustache. So you want a combination. You want Cobra Commander. You want Duke. You want Shipwreck. Oh, yeah. You want Bazooka. You want Destro, the guy with the metal head. To the folks that are not Destro. One of the dopest G.I. Joes ever created. What I'm trying to get at is consumers. It's the same thing as being a child. You're gonna get bored with your toys. And then think about the product that you're an adult and you sign up for a product or a thing. You gotta keep your customer's attention by constantly improving a little bit, or maybe coming out with a different version. Like there was some app game where the app game had its one version, and then I found out, oh wow, they came up with 10 different versions that you could buy for $5.99.
Yeah, I mean, well, okay.
That keeps the attention of the customer.
The perfect example of this that's not product is gaming, right?
Exactly.
It's gaming. Yeah. I mean, I don't know why, but I feel weird bringing it up every time because but whatever. Gaming is a perfect example. It is the perfect case study, strategy, everything. Games that don't come out with new versions, don't come out with updates, don't come out with new things fail. Unfortunately, there are fantastic games that come out and they kill it. They dominate. Ark, motherfucking Raiders. They killed it. Streamers were streaming it, hundreds, millions of people watching, millions of people playing at the same time. There were no updates that were worth keeping the customers they attained to retain, to stay. That's huge. Call of Duty, making the wrong changes. They lost a lot of people. The games that are doing it right are making the changes and they're keeping the players. They're doing it right. They're listening. They're observing. They're adjusting, adapting, doing all the right things to make sure that their customer base, the people who play their games, are going to continue playing. This is important across the board. This is just an obvious example of something, a recent case study, and just the importance of keeping up with your customer's attention. Like I said before, it's the same thing with everything else. Look at this tech right here, right? This, all the different DJ boards, right? We've gone through a couple of these. We want to keep getting new ones. We need new stuff. We need new this. We need new that. This can be for business as well. New cameras. I mean, literally everything. If you're not advancing your product, if you don't have an R&D department as a big company who's researching and developing and finding the new thing, the new version, the new phase, the new MVP, whatever it is for a software, you're not going to retain all the customers that you have. Now I'm trying to think of an industry where, everything other than a commodity, right?
Well,
it's the same thing.
Here's the thing. Sometimes people need that constant stimuli. A lot of people in our industry will follow this. They'll give the client the new shiny object every year or so to keep them on the edge of their seat.
Keep them hooked.
But here's the problem with that. The best practices sit as a foundation. It doesn't mean it has to replace the best practices.
Yes.
And what happens is they're taking the new shiny object. Look at this. And there's this very, very bad mindset of, this replaces.
It's additional.
This
supplemental.
No, it's additional, supplemental. Exactly. It doesn't replace best practice foundation. It adds to the strategy. What is a strategy? A strategy is composed of multiple tactics that work together to achieve something.
And if you're a company and you're like, okay, you're in a position of business, whatever, and you're like in a position where you're like, okay, how do we advance? The two main things where companies have made billions of dollars, if these two things, or if this one thing was an industry, it would be the biggest fucking industry in the world. It would kill tech. It would kill it. Convenience. If convenience itself was an industry, it would be the largest, and it would consistently be the largest. Save time, save money, make more money. Convenience. That's the biggest thing. And so look at your product, look at your service, look at whatever it is. Can you change it? Can you adjust it? Can you do anything to make it more convenient, to save more money, to make more money? Can you do those things? Can you make it more ergonomical? Can you make it so that, it can be, I guess ergonomic, easily usable, right? I don't know. There's a lot of different things going through my head, right? But that's one main thing. If you own a business and it's a product business or whatever, and you don't know how to advance, get on top of a trend somehow, and or start a trend somehow, and get on top of convenience. Those are, you know, 3 major things that you can focus on. High level thinking that you can focus on with your product, your business. I mean, I'm just looking at my thing, the things that we run, right? We manage, you know, softwares and stuff like that. And the first thing I do, I look at what's lacking. If you're a software company, where are people getting stuck? Have your analytics. Find out the attributions. Where are people getting stuck? Where are people bouncing from? Advance those things. That's exactly what I did over this week. Every night I went into our portal, our console for a certain software, and I went in there and I thought, what is a bottleneck right now that focuses on operations and that focuses on clients? I built out a certain section within the client view of our portal, and I built out a certain section within operations view that cuts communication. I don't have to communicate with some of my vendors or some of my team. All I have to do is I have to do a certain setting within the console, and they know to get on top of it. I don't have to call them, hey, dude, we got to focus on this. I don't have to do that anymore. That is the type of advancing at a high level that creates convenience, you know, streamlines operations, for a service or for a software or whatever it is. I used it this week. I thought, what is going to create that? And I did it, and it did. And now things are streamlined, and I'm going to keep doing that. Continue to do it. I'll eventually have a team that literally focuses on that thing. Any type of business can have this. The only thing that doesn't really focus on convenience is like entertainment. But there's constantly new things coming out, new news coming out, new movies coming out. I'm super excited to see a couple movies coming out. You don't see, people are still talking about Titanic. They're still talking about Wolf of Wall Street, great movies that came out, but you need new stuff. I'm telling you right now, if, who was the guy who made Wolf of Wall Street? Scorsese. If he came out with the extended version, right, the long version of it would billions of dollars, charge $20 to get access to that. I would buy it 3 times from my house, my parents' house, and my brother, my sister's.
That's a great idea.
That's what I'm saying.
Like,
but
create the scenes that nobody saw, like from the book.
That version is available, but it's not going to come out. Now, we're going off the rails a little bit. That's
a great idea.
You would just, I need some money, launch it. They're always coming out with new things, right? People still talk about it. We're talking about, hey, you know, that would be dope for that, you know, extended version, the uncut version to come out. It'd be sweet. But they're always coming out with new things. They're keeping up with customer stimuli, right? It's that gratification that customers need for a new thing that they want to try. They tried their old thing, they liked it. More of a reason for them to try your new thing. And you gain new customers.
It's big in the supplement industry too. People are jumping around.
Another one, I mean, please, you're seeing the new fad every other month. Supplements, always coming up with a new thing. What?
As he's laughing, I don't know. What's going on? Oh, okay. No, I didn't.
Always coming up with a new thing.
I thought I was missing something.
No, I don't know. Always coming out with a new thing. Supplements is a great, peptides.
So like, there was a fad, I don't know, a year ago where you combine HMB, which is the byproduct of L-leucine. L-leucine is very pro-muscle.
Yeah.
So you would take HMB and creatine monohydrate and combine it together for the muscle building and strength effects. People were like on that fad, and then they jump on another fad. You see people jumping from product to product to product. Right now, Jocko's really hot. Mm-hmm. But I see like other brands coming out. But the you know what's crazy is the supplement consumer is becoming even more savvier about what they're putting in their body, and they don't want things like sucralose. They don't want aspartame. They don't want But
that's a good thing because it's forcing companies like Red Bull to make their drinks with monk fruit.
Yep, exactly.
That's good. Thank God. Finally.
Yeah,
finally.
You got plenty of other options. You got allulose, you got monk fruit, you got stevia. You got to get with the times. The consumer has become very, very smart when it comes to what they're putting in their body. So if you just want to sit there and be very 1999 or 2002 with your fucking sucralose, you're going to see the like bad things happen in your business. And now here's the thing. You're going to have the people who still consume it, but over time that market's going to get smaller and smaller and smaller, because you got to remember, who are you selling to? You're selling to people that care about their bodies. They care about their bodies.
Finally,
they don't want the bullshit, right? Not a scientist, but I've heard some things about sucralose, okay? Well, and when you consume it, things happen.
In simple terms, sucralose once, okay, sucralose all the time, bad for belly. It's pretty.
You have your gut microbiome, which controls and impacts very critical things like your immune system. And if you put something in there that can dilute it or tune it down a little bit,
or hurt it,
I don't know. This is based on what I've seen and read. I don't want to consume that. I would rather consume stevia. I would rather consume monk fruit, allulose.
Look at how it's created. Look at the mechanism to create that, and then you'll understand why people don't like it.
And you have to be very careful with stevia. Stevia in very high amounts. Now, I'm not talking about just a regular amount, but very high amounts based on a Japanese study, I heard can reduce blood flow in certain areas of the body. But that I believe that was in an astronomical amount, because a lot of the studies that come out, sometimes there's an opposing company that will do the research to try to shut it down. So they'll give the rats an extremely obnoxious amount that no human would take in proximity or in relation to their body weight. And then they do the calculations and they're like, well, that's 400,000 milligrams that no one would take that. So you gotta dig a little bit and see if it makes sense, because sometimes those studies are from people that don't want that. So maybe a certain industry paid for that, but I know there's a Japanese study about too much of a dose of stevia.
Yeah.
I haven't heard anything bad about monk fruit. I haven't heard anything bad about allulose.
Thank you so much for joining us today on Real Business Roundtable. We go to today's episode. Got some value out of it. That's all we care about. Peace out. See you next time.